Welcome to Saudi Arabia. A landmark moment in the history of sport in the kingdom took place in March 2022. The first all-female motorsport event was hosted under the name of Rally Jameel. Rally Jameel, an initiative from Abdul Latif Jameel Motors, marked an historic moment in the kingdom's 2030 plan to empower its people and particularly Saudi Arabia's women. Considering that driving wasn't allowed for women until just a few years ago, this event is a major step towards encouraging and empowering all members of society generally and women's sport as an important factor in the plans.
It took less than 4 years to go from women behind the wheel to this inaugural women-only motorsports event. Rally Jameel confirms that motor-related sports are diverse and inclusive, and that racing and rallying is for everyone. It is so crucial that people understand that this is another step to show young girls and women all the possibilities that are endless. The girls and the women racing today are becoming the latest role models for generations of young Saudi girls and women. The more courts, fields, and race courses we open to women and young girls, the more we benefit as a society. And this is what the vision is all about. It's about putting the path forward so that women across all aspects of life, including sports, are not only participants, but leaders. And this is the kingdom that you're part of building.
From early in the planning, the interest in joining was huge, and ultimately 34 teams from 15 countries took on the challenge. The competitors, who ranged from complete beginners to seasoned rally veterans, flew in from all corners of the globe for this exciting new women's-only navigational rally.
As soon as I got the link for Rally Jameel, I literally opened the application form and joined, honestly, without reading anything. I joined first and read later, and then when I read, I was so excited that it's the first, Rally Jameel, first season, all female, in Saudi Arabia, with this wonderful international teams joining as well. So in every way, it's historic, and I'm really, really proud to be a part of this.
Well, I think we're competing in this rally just because we love rallying, and we just wanted to try something different, and we wanted to see Saudi Arabia.
And it's pretty amazing that this is a historical event. It's the first women's off-road rally in Saudi Arabia, and when we heard about that, we just felt like we couldn't miss it. And we're just really, really excited to be here to support all of these women, some of whom are trying off-roading for the first time.
So my main sponsor for my racing season in cross-country Baha's World Cup is Toyota ALG and Abdul Latif Jameel, and they are the main organizers for this rally, Rally Jameel, with Baha Motorsport, who I work with as well to manage my racing season. So I heard about it through them, and I'm really happy that they've done it. It's so far wonderful atmosphere, and I'm glad I'm here.
The format of the rally makes it even more interesting and impressive. It's designed as a competition to test navigation and skills, not speed, through travelling on a predefined route between checkpoints where points will be accrued. It's not about being the fastest, but being the one who is driving in the most appropriate, delicate way. Planning skills are also needed, since passing through major cities and deserts is a demanding test. Ultimately, the experience can be considered as complete, since it tests a driver's limits in so many ways. It all started from the city of Hyle in northwestern Saudi Arabia. Before the racing got underway, a ceremony officially launched Rally Jameel. Al Quishla Palace was built back in 1941 by King Abdulaziz, and the purpose of it was to be the central location for the army troops arriving there. Later on, it became a historical building and was transformed into a heritage landmark in 1995. A press conference followed this in the vicinity of Al Nafud Desert, overlooking the magnificent Red Sands, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The conference saw a number of teams from a variety of countries explaining their involvement and their enthusiasm behind such an important event. All the teams had gone through rigorous training programs to prepare for the rally. Some of the training was conducted by experienced women from the wider motorsport world. They covered everything from roadbook navigation to safety sand recovery and general tips on how to compete what for some was their first ever driving event. Women are involved in all aspects of Rally Jameel, with some of them holding key roles that are critical to the event's daily operation and overall success. For most of them, this event is a dream come true, an opportunity to shine in a field where it was not possible to do so before.
رالي جميل كدعم أولاً للمرأة السعودية وكدعم لكل الأفكار اللي تخلينا نطلع ونبين نفسنا إنه إحنا أفضل ونقدر ونحن نستطيع أن نسوي الشيء ده. أحب أنا مريحان الباز إني أشجع مرة كتير كل البنات إن هم يتخطوا الخوف ويتخطوا كل العتبات اللي هم ممكن تواجههم في الحياة من إنهم يشاركوا بفكرة كبيرة زي هذه. صحيح الفكرة كبيرة وممكن تكون إمكانياتنا حتى صغيرة. طموحي طبعاً إنه رالي جميل يقدر يعطيني الخبرة الكافية لأني أنا أوصل وأعمل اسم كان بالنسبة للسعوديات من سنين إنه هو مستحيل يكون. طموحي إنه رالي جميل يعطيني هذه الخبرة ويقدر يعلمني ويدربني التدريب الكفاية لأني أنا أقدر أشارك لأشياء أكبر من كده وأشياء عالمية فعلاً وأحقق حاجة كانت فعلاً مستحيلة من سنين.
Right from when the action kicked off, it was obvious that the event was a perfect opportunity for adventurous women looking to take part in their first ever off-road rally. The event was not designed as a speed test, but rather a test of the participants' navigational skills to traverse a route of between 30 to 500 kilometres a day. The uniquely designed route passed through some of the kingdom's most spectacular scenery. Starting in the city of Hyle, it passed through Al Qasim city and then headed to the capital, Riyadh, via hidden checkpoints and challenges. Rally Jameel was a challenge not only for the first-timers in such conditions, but also for drivers that have plenty of experience. Saudi Arabia's desert had something for everyone. Najj al-Malaka Rock was a reference point in the course, as it is part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site, dubbed the largest unique natural museum.
First of all, there's so many women. Yeah. I've always been one of the boys for 30 years, and I'm racing on top level with the men, with the boys, and I've reached, like, you know, the pinnacle in off-road racing. And now here I'm one of the girls. And actually, even though I raced like every off-road race there is around the world, I've never done this kind of racing with an average speed challenge and having to drive on, you know, a low speed, but it's so challenging to keep it that off-roading because it will go up and down and you have to level it up. So actually we're 100% focused, and really when that challenge was over, you're like totally drained of focus. Yeah. Because it's precision driving. You have to keep an average of like 43 kilometers an hour and keep it between 42.5 and 43.5. It's really delicate driving.
Sharing knowledge and tips was an important part of the ethos of the rally. Driving skills are vitally important in such races, but experience counts for more, and sharing knowledge can help participants overcome obstacles. Rookies learnt every day, and the briefings proved extremely useful.
It's our very first rally. We didn't have any prior knowledge before. We do feel confident. We did our homework. We're very good students, but still, it's the unknown. It's the unknown, you know. And then you see all the professional with all the gear, you know.
Actually, it's more of an excitement, not because you're scared to get lost, for example. You're just excited. It's
yes.
Amount of energy that is accumulating.
In the beginning, it was just like for an experience and to try something new. But then we thought that maybe we have a chance to at least be in the top 10. So we tried to push ourselves to our limits and try to do our best. And we hope we can get something. It was because I want to try something new, try something that I've never done before. I've never driven a four-wheel drive. So it was a new experience, never driven in the desert, new things to do. I really love to try new things, so it was a really nice thing to do.
The event was an important one for those coming from overseas, but it was the women who were representing the host nation that were aware of how influential and inspiring it was for empowering girls in the kingdom.
Rally, besides the being all female, I mean that in itself is historic, and really especially for today because we are kind of integrating, so it is unusual to have an all female rally, but I really do like that as well, because if you start this way, you give a lot of people who would have never considered entering a rally if it was mixed. If the first rally was a mixed rally, I think we may have lost a lot of competitors, so giving them this opportunity to take part will actually encourage them. If future rallies are mixed sex rallies, I think that they would be encouraged to do it. So I think it's a really great way to onboard a massive amount of contestants.
I think just nothing to prove, and we don't have expectation. We're competing here just to represent the Saudi women, that to show people that the women are inspiring, they have the power, and if they want to do anything, they can do it. So,
and for me, I'm here actually because lately a lot of activities where we're so basic, and so I'm in love with the nature. I love activities in the nature, and this got me the opportunity to experience new feelings in our nature, Saudi Arabia, and this adds a lot of value for me.
I think it's first all-women rally in the Middle East. What an honor to participate. I feel personally a duty to be present, because when the country, when all of the organizers, they create that opportunity, it's a shame not to take it if it's available to us. So it's my duty to push for the cause of this whole rally, which is to increase the presence and power of women's presence in all the fields, including sports.
After the first few days of action and with the first few 100 kilometres covered, the drivers had a moment to reflect on how picturesque the route was and also how demanding the desert can be. Helping each other through was a priority for both organisers and drivers.
Most excited about seeing Saudi Arabia. I mean, this is a place that I would have loved to come, but I never would have imagined that I would be here. And just to see the terrain, see the animals, see the, I don't know, land formations, I'm just so excited about that.
Yeah, it feels very far from home. And I'm looking forward to driving. I never drive. I'm usually the navigator, so that's a whole new experience for me, and I think it's going to be really fun.
Actually driving, go out in the desert, it's not the biggest challenge because I actually know the desert. But I think the heroes are the women here that are like mother of three, or they're an engineer in an office and they have never raced before, and now they come on and take a racing rally challenge. They are the ones that are real superheroes. So I want to be here and share it, and so they can feel that they're not that far away from me, because we will share the same passion for the sport, the challenge, having fun together, and talking about how the day was and was it good or bad, you know.
So it's really exciting for me to be surrounded by all these women who are excited and energetic and into motorsports, and you know, we're kind of on the same vibe, and that's really exciting for me.
Really exciting.
Yeah,
really exciting.
it's the last day and we want to do it fun.
And they told us the scenery will be really good, so it's really exciting to see the scenery of home.
Yeah.
Such events that demand cooperation and good communication help the teams establish a bond with each other. Sometimes competing is a family affair, as in the case of Rosamund Dana and Suzanne Saxton.
So we're both navigators. We're typically the co-driver for our respective pilots. And because we're coming together on this rally and competing together, we had to decide who was going to drive. And I keep joking that I made my mom drive, because every time I drive, she goes, which I think is like a universal mom thing.
It is a universal mom.
And so I was like, I can't handle that on a rally, and you're going to need to drive. She's also a great driver at home and here, so it worked out
I feel
nicely.
totally fine about driving, even on the roundabouts.
Rally Jameel, Saudi Arabia's first ever women-only motor event, was successfully concluded, with all 34 teams safely making it to Riyadh, the final part of the 1,105-kilometre, 3-day-long challenge. The race proved to be true to its roots, and it took place around historical places in the kingdom, leaving everyone satisfied. Participants visited places of significant importance both in modern history and ancient times. Annie Seal and her co-driver, Michaela Allen Kotelinski, stayed ahead of the chasing pack on day 3 to take the overall win in their Toyota RAV4 by more than 9 points. The Swedish pair took the fewest number of penalties of all the 34 teams to bring home the win ahead of UAE driver Atif Salah and her American co-driver Eleanor Coker in their Toyota Prado. Saudi national Maha Al-Hamli flew the flag for the kingdom, finishing 3rd with her co-driver Pachola Hernandez, also in a Toyota Prado.
I had an experience to visit many towns in Saudi Arabia. Started from Hail region, so we had a nice experience had the experience in the desert of Hail and see the rocks. I never thought that I'm going to see such a beautiful rocks in Hail like that. And then we moved all the way to Qasim. Then we saw a special rock, they call it Antara rock. It's a history of like long century. Antara, the way he loved Abla, and they used to meet in this rock. So we went there and we had a chance to see the rocks. Then after that, from Qasim all the way to Riyadh.
After 3 days full of action over ever-changing terrains, the teams had the chance to finally relax at a colourful closing ceremony. The drivers that excelled saw their efforts being rewarded, but each and every one of the participants left the event with happy faces, having made some history in the kingdom. The ceremony reflected the event's prestige. The event is the start of a new era for the kingdom and will hopefully pave the way for the next generation of female drivers.
طرق الوعرة وزي كده، فكانت فرصة رالي جميل إنه على مستوى المملكة يعني إنه أبدأ أشارك في بطولة سيارات ومجال للبنات أول مرة، كان صراحة شيء مرة يحمس. طبعاً أكيد يعني كانت تجربة جداً رائعة، من أحلى التجارب اللي أنا مريت فيها في حياتي، ولو في نسخة تانية يعني أكيد أشجع كل البنات إنهم يشاركوا.
After such a successful first Rally Jameel, anticipation is huge for the second one that will take place from the 7th to the 11th of March 2023. Three major cities in Saudi Arabia will once again host teams of 2 female drivers, and the level is expected to be even higher this year.